love that little background in there. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to a very special episode. We don't have a name of the show because, unfortunately, we were saying goodbye to our soul sister, Sherry, who's been with us for Soul Sister Special with Bev Morrison. Oh, I got to point that way for you. No, that way. That way.
That way. Yeah.
The camera's backwards. So, listen, Sherry has done so many projects with me and with us and the tribe and everything. And she's got a lot of things she's being called to do. We know she moved across the country. She's got a lot of different projects she's involved with. So we send her off with our blessings and our gratitude. If you're watching this later, sister, we thank you so much for everything that you've done. And we Godspeed. We wish you well. And we'll be seeing her again. I mean, she's not going anywhere. She's just moving on to other projects, which she rightfully should do. And gosh, with all these downloads coming in, my God, the energies were crazy today, Bev. We're going to be talking a little bit first about Pluto retrograde, a major conjunction with Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune, the eclipse season, especially the one about to kick off with the eclipse in Taurus, I think. But Bev, I want to ask you first, like, what the heck's going on with today's energy? Last couple, like everything's been so uppity down, and really, really, really strong, intense. I'm going to say beautiful, perfectly, divinely beautiful energies. That's how I'm experiencing them. And please, what is going on today?
Well, we had that Neptune and Jupiter conjunction in Pisces. That was that once in a lifetime. And they were both one is the ruler and the co-ruler of Pisces, which is about the spiritual, the intuition, deep dives, doing cleansing. Venus joined into that conjunction today. So you have Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune all lined up together in Pisces. And that's part of what everybody was feeling today. It was just a beautiful, supportive energy coming in. Venus is exalted there in Pisces, so it was filled with special blessings. Could feel a need for downtime. There's a lot of heart chakra and crown chakra activations right now.
Let me ask you, when you say Venus was exalted, has she been, or did it start today with her being exalted? Like, when did that actually start?
Whenever she goes into Pisces, she's exalted in Pisces. Okay. And that's because she's at home there. There's a whole long explanation to the exalted thing, but yeah, she's exalted whenever she's in Pisces. She is the ruler of Libra and also of Taurus. So she's been playing along with all this stuff right now, being the rulers of several places that we've got planets in right now.
It's crazy. I've been hearing about it all over the place. You know what else I found out today about Venus? Venusians. Tesla came as a baby from Venus. Did you know that?
Wow. No, I didn't hear that.
I think his parents were in some remote place. They dropped him off in like Yugoslavia with his parents, or his Earth parents. Yeah, I just heard that today. And that's not something that somebody's just spitting out their butt, you know?
Yes.
Yes. This is actual information that's in like Tesla papers that you can get from, I'm going to say the government, but I don't know, you know, what state, but I know it was like a declassified. And they actually talked about Venusians and trips to Venus and things like that. So I was just like blown away when I heard that. I'm like, yes, this makes sense.
Venus. So much stuff, you know, when you find there's so many connections and there's so much to astrology. I mean, you know, astrology wasn't as popular ways back, and they always tried to say it was the occult and that, but you had the astrologers in the Bible leading, you know, to where baby Jesus lay. Astrology has been around forever. And the fact that it just keeps getting more popular and people are learning to work with it, that's what I get excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more excited. The more you've been teaching and coming on here, the more excited I am to learn. Like I even got my notebook and my pen. I'm ready to take notes because I want to learn. It's not that we, you know, it's something that you can just learn from what you've been teaching us too. It's something that you continually learn. Like, what did you say about Laura Walker? Like she was just like, she's still learning. You're still like, you're never an expert completely, or you never learn at all. There's still more to learn. Right.
And it's funny because both Laura Walker, the astrologer I follow, and Molly McCord said it last night too. No matter how long we're in astrology, every time we pick up a chart, we see something else that we didn't see before. We learn something new, another aspect, another way to look at it. So it never gets like an old boring routine because you're learning something new. And that's when I get excited and a little overly passionate at times about it. when I see things coming together, it amazes me.
There's so
It
much
just
coming
amazes me.
together. Oh my God, how all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. I just wanted to stop for a minute and say hello to Diane and Stephanie. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Anyone else watching, thanks for being here tonight. Sherry is not going to be with us tonight. As you remember from Soul Sister Speak last Monday, we spoke about going in different directions for new projects that are coming online. And she's got so much that's coming online for her and new projects she's doing. So just letting you guys know, hey Jade, nice to see you. So thanks for being here with us. Bev has, an incredible amount of information she is going to help dumb down for us a little bit. I'm going to take some notes. So if you go, I'm going to try not to interrupt you because I tend to want to just stop and ask questions as you're going. And I know when that flow starts going, I know what that's like, So
But please stop me though if you got a question, because I know I can take off too. And when it's coming through, yeah, sometimes you can't stop it. But yeah, I don't want to get too technical, but then, I want to be able to explain it. That's why it's my light language, I think, because I try to make it so it's not way down the rabbit hole, because I tend to go there quite often.
Well, don't we all? Hey, Jeanette, Sarah, welcome in. We're just about ready to get started here. We were just talking about Venus being exalted in Pisces, right? Or that's when she started to be exalted. But today there was a Venus, Jupiter, Neptune once in a lifetime thing. Was that today or tomorrow?
Actually, Jupiter and Neptune was the once in a lifetime conjunction, and Neptune or Venus joined in that today. So Venus joined Jupiter and Neptune at that degree point. So they're all three lined up right there together. So to me, that's beautiful energy.
That makes so much sense because there was so much coming in. Did you guys feel it? Put it in the comments if you felt this, because there was so much coming in from the divine and it was going straight out to I can't even explain it. I can't even explain. Let me know. Put in the comments if you guys felt anything really super special today, because there was some special going on. Just saying.
And for it to be still in effect, so as we go into the solar eclipse on the 30th, that aspect is a part of that eclipse. So there's several things in play with the eclipse itself. So you have that conjunction there, which is a beautiful support. And that's the feminine energies with it being in Pisces, Venus. You've got all the feminine energies there. And you have the solar eclipse on Saturday. It's a new moon solar eclipse, and it's at 10 degrees of Taurus. And Venus is the ruler of Taurus too. So Venus has been involved in everything since she got out of the retrograde with Capricorn. She had a rough time there when she joined up with Mars earlier this year. She's really been making a pretty heavy impact with the feminine energies here and all the aspects and everything going on.
Venus, my girl, Venus. Shout out to Venus. Hey, Willow. Shout out to Willow Pillow.
Hey, Willow. I can't see the chat. I haven't figured out how to do that technology yet. So, hey, everybody. Appreciate you being here.
Don't worry. When you get that laptop, you'll be seeing everything a little better.
Yes. I got a month before Mercury retrograde.
When's that start? Mercury
retrograde? That starts on May 10th.
Ah, really?
Yes. I thought you'd enjoy that.
That's my birthday, you guys.
Yes.
Great.
It's starting into its shadow zone right now, but it won't be fully retrograde until the 10th. And I think it'll come back about the end of May, beginning of June. It's retrograde.
Interesting. So we just have to watch communications. Don't sign any contracts. Don't get into any deals. Don't say yes before you really think about it. A really good response, if somebody wants you to do a project or something, you need to think about the commitment. And I'm just throwing this out there for anybody that might be thinking about something. If you make a commitment before then and you want to do something, great. But while Mercury's in retrograde, you want to watch what you're committing yourself to, because you want to everything on the honor system. You want to be able to honor your commitments fully, fulfilling all your commitments. You don't want to, fall into that, oops, I shouldn't have done this, because then as you do it, you're putting in negative energy to that. You don't want to do that. Like I'll use Soul Sister Speak as an example. Sherry and I had a beautiful commitment and we honored our commitments, and it ended right when it was supposed to. We both got the nudgings at the same time. So it's like the same kind of thing. Any commitment you get into with any project, if you have something that you want to do, go for it. If you're getting the green lights, but be careful. Be careful about buying electronics, sending emails. Make sure you reread what you send, because autocorrect and AI right now are crazy. I don't know if anybody else is getting that too, but leave it in the comments if you're having any experiences with AI and autocorrects, because they can be pretty hilarious too.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde, it kind of gets a bad rep. And usually I say just give yourself some extra time, keep your expectations low, know that you may not be as motivated. Just kind of go with the flow as much as you can, because it really gives us a chance to go back over things, any retrograde. So it's you're redoing, reviewing, reassessing, revising, um, looking for new solutions. It gives you that opportunity too. But it's kind of funny, we have that conjunction today, and then tomorrow Pluto stations retrograde the day before the eclipse. So that's going to be involved in the eclipse also.
That's tomorrow. Okay, that's a big one tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yeah, when a planet moves as slow as Pluto does, when it goes into retrograde, it's like a big pause. It's almost like the in-between breath. There's a stop there. You can actually feel it.
Yep.
We're probably already feeling it today. I'd almost bet on it. But yeah, it's a big deal. And it's going retrograde right within a arc minute of where the US Pluto return was at. So it's going to sit there all month at that degree point. And then it's going to back up, and it'll take, it starts tomorrow, and it will go until the beginning of October 9th, actually, my birthday, when it goes back out of retrograde.
Oh my God. So it starts the retrograde on my birthday and it
ends
on
on
your
mine.
birthday?
Isn't that? I just realized that. Wow.
That's so
That
cool.
is funny. Yeah, we got the Mercury retrograde starts on your birthday, and the Pluto retrograde goes forward on my birthday. So yeah, isn't that interesting?
I love it. See, there's always a connection somewhere. Sarah, be careful
Yes.
while you're driving. No voice to text anymore, Stephanie, with that AI going. There's all kinds of crazy autocorrects. It's nuts.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, yeah, these retrogrades mean a lot too. And isn't this the one where we were talking about the once in a lifetime thing? The Jupiter Neptune one, the once in a lifetime? Is
Yes,
this
that's the once in a lifetime. And then Venus joined up with them. So it's like the three of them are having a conversation.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to apologize if I keep asking the same thing, because I'm looking back at my notes, but that's not the Pluto retrograde. That's the Venus Jupiter. Venus is joining Jupiter and Neptune, but the Pluto
In
retrograde's
Pisces.
different. There's just so much going on astrologically. You know what?
There's a lot. And me trying to get it in bite-sized pieces and talk about just one, but they interact together. So it's kind of hard to do that. And I don't want to throw everything out there, and you sit there and go, wait a minute, what did she just say? Because it's a lot. Even the astrologers are going, man, do we have a lot going on right now?
It's almost like you could pick one and just even talk about that. And the three that we were going to cover, like the Pluto retrograde, the conjunction, which we're covering, and then also the eclipse and the eclipse season. We have 4 eclipses this season, right? If I remember what you said last time.
Yes.
So there's 4. Now, the one we're dealing with is at the end of May. Do you think, what did you say was going to happen? He's going to be there all month. You said that was.
Pluto's going to be, excuse me. Now I got to look at my notes.
No, that's okay.
Pluto's going to be at 28 degrees Capricorn all month.
Okay.
And that is where the USA's Pluto return is at.
Okay.
So it's going to be sitting there digging the things up.
Okay. So this May is going to be a very interesting ride for, I think I'm feeling like what Spirit's saying is there's going to be a lot coming up for disclosures. A lot of things are going to really pop off this month. I feel like there's things that just can't be hidden anymore. And even when it was supposed to happen back in 2001, there was supposed to be a lot told. The Mayan calendar ended in 2012. There was a lot of things with the cycles ending then. But now it's almost like this, like strike 1, strike 2, strike 3 for getting things right, for getting it out to humanity. But it's like the beings that have been in control on this planet have been holding it back. They've been keeping humans under their control. You have to look at what a real human is too. HUEMAN. What is a real hue? Is all the rays, all the colors. There's so much control and judgment on things about when people talk about new agey stuff. You know, if you're talking about your chakras or your fields or things like that, people are now really getting it. They're starting to get like, they'll get one little piece of the puzzle and it'll lead them down a rabbit hole. And if it leads to astrology or it leads to things, astrology is sort of like the umbrella that embraces the whole thing. It packages everything up, and it's like a template for the whole system structure of the cycles. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and it's all about cycles. So each planet has a certain amount of years it takes. Like Jupiter's on a 12-year cycle. Venus is on an 18th month cycle. So then they all start interacting in the wheel with each other. And that's when it gets to the point that it gets so deep that, you know, you have to kind of look at it one layer at a time. So we can do that if you want to just talk about the Taurus eclipse for a little bit and what that's going to entail.
Definitely. But before you say that, there was one, Molly, I think it was, who was, you know, she shows the chart and she uses a red pen in there on her YouTube
Yes.
channel. It was something I was watching last week, and it looked like there was only like 2 or maybe 3 houses and all the planets, and that this includes asteroids and things, not just the planets, but it's like all these things in just like 2 little houses. It's like,
Yes,
oh my
exactly.
God, are you kidding me? Like that's a lot of stuff
Well,
in, you know.
can
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, okay, I got half of it. Yep.
So everything's sitting right there in that
Oh,
one
wait.
section.
No, wait, we can't see the other side. Yes, that's the side. That's it. That's it. No, move it. Yep, right there. Oh,
Yeah, so you've got all those groups of, you know, planets all in those 2 areas.
that's
So
it.
that's where we're feeling all the energies in. And that's what I was working on. Matter of fact, I'm trying to set up some things for my classes, and I'm going to have the charts up where you can see them and I can talk and do like that. So instead of seeing my face, I'll have the chart up and I can kind of guide through. I think that's probably the easiest way, at least for me, to teach it. I think, to do it. But yeah, it's funny. I had that chart when you said that.
I'm glad you did, because I didn't know that, but I just remember thinking to myself, when all these circles of cycles of time end, and like this one ends in a smaller loop and then a bigger, but when they all come around to a point where they're all going clink, 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 and they're all lining up to end at the same time, or there's major events like this, you can't ignore it, and we're a
No,
graduating class. And we're entering in, we'll say fifth dimensional, I'll say fifth density energies. I like to talk about seventh and above energies, but really technically the crystalline body, Kryst, Christ body. It was misspelled to mislead. I still spell it with
yes,
CHRIST sometimes, but it's really KRYST. It has to do with sound. But when we have the rainbow body, the crystalline body, this the Christ that is here. There's many Christs that are here now. And when this is lining up for such a graduation, it's like if the earth has been the whole experiment, or the cycles of times all ended in cataclysmic events 5 times before, we've all been part of that. We've all been here and been through all this. We've taken on karma that doesn't belong to us. Things have
yes.
to be made right. And we are, through the Hopi prophecy, and I could go on a whole list. I'll do another video on that, because we're going to talk about the eclipse in a sec. But there's so many things out there in ancient prophecies and writings and sacred texts and teachings. This is, our success is guaranteed. Like we've already won. It's just playing it out to the end. And some of us
Right.
are kind
You
of
have
going
to
like,
dig it up, bring it out, find it. Yeah, that's it. And Saturn's doing that, going, okay, are we ready? Let's go.
and we're
Exactly.
like, batter up, batter up.
Yes.
It's our turn now. All right, I'll stop. So please talk about the eclipse. This is exciting. I know this is going to be a very interesting time.
Well, we've got the eclipse coming in on Saturday the 30th, and that's at 10 degrees of Taurus, and it's a solar new moon eclipse,
Okay.
which means it's like the new moon. It's like a double new moon. The energies are twice as strong because it's eclipse energy,
Oh,
and that's bringing that in at 10 degrees of Taurus. And Taurus is about things we value, uh, tangible earthly things, physical things, monetary things that we own, we possess. And it's a time to take a look at things and see what you want to carry forward. Taurus is very grounded, very slow and steady, wins of the race. So it's
turtle.
looking at a lot of things. It's about comforts and our security. A lot of times we can get comfortable in a rut, and sometimes you have to push yourself to do that. And I think that's what this eclipse is about, pushing yourself out of your comfort zones, really taking stock again.
Pushing ourselves for sure. I'm just writing that one down because I'm taking notes on this one. I have to. There's so much. It's like you can't even. How long is Mercury in retrograde? Is it like 3 weeks?
Mercury's in retrograde usually about 4 or 5 weeks. I think she said it was coming back in May or June. I didn't look at the dates on that. I just
You
found
said
it
May 10th. May 10th, I think.
May
On my
10th
birthday?
it goes retrograde, and I think it's the end of June that it comes back. I'll have to look at the date for sure on that. But
All
it's
right.
usually
So,
about 4 to 6 weeks.
and that's going to be going on during the eclipse. See, I'm wondering if like some of these energies, when they go into retrograde, it's like backing up just to say, because it crosses back over again. It's like it backs up to say, okay, are you sure? Like you were saying, that pause.
Yes,
So
yes.
if it's in retrograde during the new moon solar eclipse, God, that could mean a lot. I don't know. What are you
That's
getting
what
on
I
this?
said. I can take these deep dives and go down all these rabbit holes, but just trying to look at each thing in itself, because it's like one of those old boxes where you had to line up each thing differently and they all had to come together. Well, that's pretty much what astrology is like. What
Yeah.
was it, like a lockbox or something where you had to put you had to turn the wheels and get the digits right to open the lock? Well, kind of what this is doing.
What's that
The
called?
planets are moving back and forth and they come into these different alignments, and that releases the energies. So as you read the different alignments in the planets and what they're doing, then there's where you can define it, see where it's at in your chart, see where it's at just in general, and kind of be able to do the predictive astrology or see what's going on.
It's incredible. I want to say hi to Angel, who just joined us. Group hugs to you too. She started a garden with the eclipse dark new moon energies. And Steph is saying she definitely wants to take your class too. Let me see. Let me put that one up there so you can you see that when I put it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Just totally want to learn more with your class. Our basic beliefs about the world has been really evaluated by all. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much going on. I think I'm a little behind in the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm taking notes this time. I'm being a good student.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the classes up. The more I get, I've started laying things out, and then I can put it on my computer and do it, but getting a good idea of how I want to do it. So hopefully that will be not in the too far out future. I was trying the 1st of May, and where did the last month go? Where did April go? I'd like to know, because it just seems like it's gone.
Yeah. It is gone. It flew. It flew. What's today? Wednesday, right? Yesterday was my mother's birthday. So shout out to my mom. Happy birthday, mother. We just got back. I took her to Atlantic City. We took a trip to Atlantic City for a couple days. And you want to hear something? You want to hear some good news for a quick sidetrack? We'll sidetrack off the solar eclipse for a minute. Both of us walked away yesterday. Well, we didn't walk away. We gave a little bit back. But we both hit on the Taurus, the bull jackpot. And that's pennies.
Wow.
That's not thousands. It's $320. I gave a little bit back, but I still came home with a couple hundred, and so did she. I hit it, and then she's like, I said, I want to see the whole thing with bulls and fire. Sure enough, boom, it comes up, not right away, but within a couple minutes. And my mom's like, I want that too. Boom, hers
Boom,
comes
she
up.
got it. Wow.
I was
Wow.
like, geez,
That's
thank you. We're
amazing.
both Tauruses. We're both
Oh,
Tauruses.
okay.
And yeah, it was so sweet. It was like,
Oh, that is so cool.
happy. Yeah. And we
Those
just
little
laughed.
things you see come through like that. Yeah, that's really neat.
And she was saying something to me. It was really cute too. She was like, things that you're saying are like happening. And I was like, okay, that's good. I'm glad that she said that and noticed that, because that's not just me like saying, I'm speaking this into, and not paying attention to what I'm
Yes.
doing. It's helping me to really watch what I say. So it was cool to hear that from her. Yep.
I like when other people notice things like that, and they start to think, they look at you a little differently and think, maybe you know a little more than what I thought you did, and they start to become open up, especially I have that with some of my family members. I have a sister who sometimes I know she thinks I'm crazy, but I'll start talking to her about things and she'll say, wait a minute, you know what? And I just kind of back off and let it be for a little bit.
Oh, looks like Jeanette was saying she has a session with you
Yes,
to
we're
review
doing
her
that.
chart. You're going to
Yeah,
do it
that
during the
Friday look at
oh,
transits.
nice. She's excited for that. Awesome, Jeanette. Yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love your session with Bev. All right, sister. What else you got going on for the eclipses? What do we need to really I guess I want to ask what we need to focus on if you're just going to like channel in your soul and things that you've heard or gleaned or learned or what you're seeing, messages that you're getting. What do you think over the next couple of weeks? And I know the end of May is when the solar eclipse happens, but you can lead into that if you want. But I'm looking for like next couple of weeks where people are at right now. It's going to be a lot of turmoil or purging still, or because I feel like the purging is like last leg. You're not going to have to repeat a lot, like most of the stuff. If you can get rid of it, if you can fully feel it, it's going to be gone, like for good this time.
And
So,
that's those planets in Pisces. Pisces is the last sign. So whenever you see a planet in Pisces, you know it's wrapping up the end of the zodiac. And if you look at where those planets are at in Pisces right now, they're at 27 degrees, 27 degrees, and 24 degrees. So they're all in that the last of the whole astrological, and they're going to start their new cycle. So when you hear of a planet in Aries, know that that's the beginning of that planet's cycle. That's a good tip there when you're looking at things like that. And then you have all those other planets over there in Taurus. In on all this, you've got the moon, the sun, you've got Uranus, all within a couple of degrees of each other. Then you've got the north node there, and you've also got Mercury in that chart too. So we've got 5 things going on in Taurus and 4 going on in Pisces. So we got big energies going on in both. And Pisces is more about the clearing out. It's about our dream time, intuition. It's about how we see our gifts, different gifts coming online. It's about the integration of those gifts. And then when you're working with the North Node over in Taurus, the North Node is about the future and what you're here to take things forward with. So Pisces is giving you the opportunity to do those deep dives and to take things and look at them and see what you want to take forward. In Taurus, you're reevaluating, okay, it's like cleaning out the closet, and you can do that literally, or just, okay, here, I need to clean things around me. What don't I need anymore? This served its purpose, it served me well, but you know what, let me pass it on down, maybe somebody else can use it. It's a lot of that, and it's looking on it at a personal level, and see what you need, and we're doing it on a collective level too. So that's where you get into that. So everything I'm looking at, I'm looking on a collective level. This is where it is in the sky, and this is what we're affected as a whole. Then when I look at your chart and do a reading, I'll see where that falls in your chart. But this is just kind of like the overall energy. So there's going to be a lot of things coming up and coming out too, because we've got Mercury going into Gemini right after the eclipse. So that's messages, things coming through. Between the 28th, 27th, 29th, so about 3 days, 27th, 28th, and 29th. Kind of just listen, see what comes up to your attention. A lot of messages are going to be coming through. A lot of solutions, maybe things that you've thought about for a long time and you just didn't know how it was going to happen. Or if you're being pulled in another direction, listen to that, take a look at it, because things are being put into place with this Taurus eclipse. It's the onset in the beginning. So as things start to fall into place, you've got these beautiful conjunctions going on with the once in a lifetime in Pisces. So we've got the spiritual support. We've got Mercury, the messenger, which is going to his home sign of Gemini, and that's where he's at home. And things are going to really pick up right before he goes into retrograde. Then we're going to be in retrograde there for a while too. So it's going to be a busy time. Again, just kind of take notes, check travel plans, check your list twice before you go to the store, get extra time, unseen things coming up.
all right, Bev, you said Mercury is home when he's in Gemini.
Yes, he rules Gemini. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if Mercury's going into retrograde and then there's the solar eclipse, and then we got the 27th, 28th, 29th, then the solar eclipse. It's like he's probably going to be in the middle of his retrograde, but going towards the other end of it. So as he's starting to unwind his retrograde, I don't know how to say that in astrological terms, but maybe
Shadow. He goes into his shadow zone is what they call it.
okay. So as soon as that shadow zone starts, might actually be somewhere around that eclipse. So the messages might start coming. Just be careful, be discerning about the messages, right? Because you still might be getting dual messages. The Gemini is like a double twin, right? A twin, right?
Right, right. And I will cover that one a little bit more because that one's it's a pretty big one this time. But just being as it's starting into that cycle during this eclipse and all these things that we have happening during the eclipse is what it's spiritual alignment. There's no doubt. Um, and again, with that Pluto being there where we had the USA Pluto return. So you've got all those planets in Pisces, you've got the solar eclipse in Taurus, and then you have Pluto involved. Those are the three big players right now. So if you look at the Taurus, you look at the Pisces, and you look at the Pluto and Capricorn. Those are your three main energies that we're dealing with for the next, I'd say, at least week or so. And the eclipses go up to 6 months as far as the energy effects. It can go up to 6 months to feel and for everything to fall into place and come through. So it's the beginning of the cycle, pretty much with this eclipse. We're going into the new moon. It's about beginnings. Things are going to fall into place with the spiritual communications coming through, but it's going to be some rough times too. Things coming up and out because then, I hate to jump ahead, but the next eclipse that comes on May 16th is in Scorpio. So whatever doesn't come up and out while it's in Taurus, the nicer, easygoing, grounded sign. Well, when it comes to Scorpio, you're dealing with deep underworld stuff. So what doesn't come up and out now, when the eclipse comes through in Scorpio, the 16th of May, that's going to dig the rest of it up and out. So we're going to see some pretty amazing things coming.
Okay, so wait, when's the first eclipse coming? April 30th.
April 30th is
I was thinking May. I was thinking May 30th. I was off. I'm sorry. April 30th is the first one. Then Scorpio is May 16th. All right. So we got a couple weeks of some heavy stuff going on. I wanted to say hi real quick to Amy. Thanks for joining us, Amy. And let's see. I'm going to scroll down. I know I'm a little bit behind you guys. Sorry about that. Angel saying, guess what? What, Angel? Oh, okay. Congratulations. Okay. Got the passport. Okay. Well, loopholes. We don't want to hear about any poop loop stuff. Loopholes is fine. Whatever. You do you, boo. Magic, huh? All right. So Taurus, I'm just catching up real quick because I'm like really.
That's all right. I'm looking at my notes trying to see if there's something that I wanted to hone in on. I can't read my own chicken scratch.
And yes, Angel, we do live in the deep dark. You're right about that. But we are bringing light. That's one thing I wanted to say is you never know. One never knows. If anybody says they know when, run. We never know when that solar flash is going to occur. But we do know it's coming. And
everything's lining up. I mean, it's like being orchestrated with all the astrology coming in.
I'm blown away by the astrology. I don't even know the you know the astrology, you could see the alignments, but like you can feel it in your bodies too. You can feel things you've never felt before. People are having pineal gland openings and they're having kundalini risings and they're having spontaneous things happen. It's like, I cannot wait for this age of miracles to just start manifesting and the Christ beings to start doing their real work. And it's not that this isn't real work, it's real, but the next level work.
Right. And
we don't have to go anywhere. What's that?
It's bringing in the heart and the crown activations, the heart chakra and the crown activations right now with all that too, coming out with the eclipse. Because we got like 4 or 5 different lineups just involved in this eclipse. So that's why it's so much to it, because it's not just one thing. Because you can go a week or so and have maybe 1 or 2 aspects, but to have 4 or 5 all involved in an eclipse, that's major astrology. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy how all these alignments are, but yeah. And Angel was saying that the solar flash is here. Yes. She's talking in the quantum, you guys. I'm sure you are, right, Angel? Yeah. It's all, everything's happening at once. But as far as the linear timeline that we're living out through now, yes, there's still going to be like that whiteout light. We're still going to get that solar flash, and it's going to transform everything. It's like, that's what inside the chrysalis, imagine being dark, being a caterpillar inside the chrysalis forever and ever and ever. Finally, when the light comes in, it's like a bright light. It's a whole new world, but he's still in the reality that we can see. So we'll still be, we've got 15 dimensions here to bring into this one reality. And it's going to be a little wobbly for some people that maybe haven't been doing the work and whatnot, but we're not going anywhere. We're not leaving the planet. The planet is not going to die in a cataclysm. And if that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. That's my truth. You can have your truth. But I know a lot of people that watch this feel and resonate with the same thing, as we don't need to fear anything. If a solar flash takes out the whole world in an instant, we'll just be in the next place. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Just another dimension. It's like my mom used to say, it's like I'm stepping in one doorway into the next. She said, that's all it is. There's nothing to be afraid of,
Yeah.
You're just changing form and enter into another dimension. That's all it is.
Yeah. Sky is I'm going to put this one up here. The sky is purple here for the last 2 weeks. Yes, that violet flame has been active and coming in. That's so beautiful. These energies coming in. Okay, Bev, sorry about that. I had to sidetrack a little bit. You guys know me. I get behind in the chat. I'm not really good at multitasking with chat.
And I can't see the chat, so that's good. You're keeping up with it,
I'm trying.
Good. I'm glad you are, because I can't. Yeah, I'm sitting there trying to think of what. Oh, now let me throw another one in here.
Go for it.
During the time of this eclipse too, another thing is we have Saturn still squaring the nodes of fate, the north and south node. And the eclipses are based on where the north and south nodes are at. So the eclipses have the same cycle as the north and south node. And those go in 18-month cycles. Well, while this is going on, you have the north node, and it's pointing towards the future, where we need to go from here. And you have the south node, which is what knowledge do we bring with us and what can we bring forward to put into that higher expression. Well, during this eclipse, Saturn, which is the ruler of Capricorn, and he's more about the parent, the guru, the teacher, and there's a square between him and the node. So he's squaring the node, saying, okay, I'm the timekeeper. Do you want this? Are you sure? Let's go look at it again, because time is getting short. So we've got that going on in the middle of this too. Like I said, there's so much going on. It's hard to just focus in on one thing for me. My mind runs about 100 miles faster than my mouth does some days, which probably is a good thing, but
no, we get that. That makes a lot of sense though, with the timekeeper and all that. I was shown some things today with gatekeeping that I really didn't know. I kind of instinctively felt some things, but I actually experienced something today with gatekeeping or I don't know. I think there's another word for it. I think there's another word for what happened, but it'll come to me later. I'll probably do another video about that one. But it's still timekeepers, gatekeepers. I was having a conversation with, remember Michael Rolla? He was on the 144 roundtable that we did. He was coming back with like arms crossed, foot tapping, like, come on now. And I'm like, I totally agree with you. Like, besides the arms crossed, the foot tapping, looking up at the sky, tapping my wrist. It's time. Change of batter. It's definitely our turn in this experience. And we're not going anywhere. We are inheriting this earth in its full dimensional state, multi-dimensional state. And it's a done deal. So that's what I'm feeling. And I just feel so matter of fact about it. I can't help myself. I can't help feel like, even when there's something that normally would be causing like annoyance, just say annoyance. And if some people get angry and whatever, but like, let's just say you're annoyed. Something little happens or maybe something big happens and you're annoyed. I can't help but feel the joy and the annoyance now. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's okay, because it's still playing out how it has to, how it's supposed to. If I'm annoyed, I just need to look within me and say, what can I change about myself? What new perspective can I take? And it's usually something like, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed the next minute. You could drop dead just like that. You could lose your body and your life just like that. So Why waste it being annoyed and feeding loosh to beings that don't deserve it? Why not keep cleaning and clearing yourself, your own energy? You know, purge what you need to purge, sage if you need to, meditate, bring that light in, whatever you need to do. Why not do that? You know, I
If
can't
you can
help it.
catch it, if you can catch it before it takes you down that road, you know, there are days that I'm really good at catching it. And then there are some days I'll turn around and say, wait a minute, how did I go down this road? That's not how I normally handle things. But we all have our days. We have low energy days. We have, you know, things going on that can take us away from that. But the more you can do that detachment and do that master, you know that you're doing things the right way. And it's just further growth from there as far as I see it.
Yes. And, you know, everybody has ups and downs. So, like when I say I can't help but feel the joy, believe me, you know, in March really took me out from the knees. Like I was caught out for about 3 or 4 weeks, solid week. And so it can get anybody, but it's
Yep.
still up to within you, your decision. You're in control of that. You're the master of your field, or someone else is mastering your field for you. And you don't want to feed that loosh. So it's like, if you realize if you have a chance to either feed yourself or feed another being, what are you going to do? That's your choice.
Definitely.
Quantum
I don't know.
leap.
Sometimes things sound better in theory. Sometimes when you're in the middle of those emotions, man, it could be a bad place.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. A very bad place. But, you know, it's funny because I think those beings like to pretend they're so much greater and bigger and, you know, whatever, because they're in a different dimension and you can't see them with your physical eyes. Or, I mean, some people can, but most people in a human body are not seeing interdimensionally unless they turn their quantum eyes on and they're really focused on doing that kind of work. So, you know, it's hard when you have beings that have been your masters or have been puppeting you or whatever, feeding off of you, hosting, you know, you're hosting them, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's almost like you want to get rid of that, you know, purge that. Yeah, I totally digressed on that one. you know where I'm going on that.
It's kind of like I say, you know what? I'm mastering it this time because I'm not coming back with you same bunch of people again. Thank you very much. Saw
Yep.
enough this time. I will step back and do the right thing and take the higher road. Definitely.
Stephanie, you got
Don't
it.
be fooled.
Yes. That's what I wanted to say. Don't be fooled. Yes.
I missed it.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I used that in the last couple videos, Stephanie. Thank you very much. I know if you didn't say it, you inspired it somehow. That's a thing now. That's a thing.
Yes, and I was trying to think of that the other day. I tried to think of it the other day. It came up, and Diane said something to me. I said, I know, I just can't remember. I was having a bad day. So,
well, let's see. Excuse me a second. Angel was saying her low back and her third eye. Also feeling very tall. You know what's funny? Same here. Same here. The tall part of it. It's funny. It's like an integrated expansion of that quantum self. And that's probably because your soul star chakra and your earth chakra are probably balancing and connected. Remember, each chakra connects. The heart's in the middle. Excuse me. You have your throat and your solar plexus balance and connect with each other. They create their own toroidal fields. And they got your third eye and your sacral, and they balance and connect. Just like the root and the crown balance and connect, so too does the soul star chakra and the earth chakra. And that's, you know, when you connect those, you can get rid of where they're looshing off of, but they can still come in at your chakras. They can still come in other areas. It's all just getting to know your own personal fields and mastering them. So it is a process. And you know what? You can make it as fun or as yucky as you want.
that's something.
I say we're done. Let's go. Let's go. It's our turn to bat. Batter up.
No, but that's something right now, though, to take during the time of the eclipse and some of these energies coming in. Make sure that you take time for some type of spiritual practice, whether it's meditation, whatever it is you do. Take that time, because I know I'll say, oh, I'm going to do this or that, meditate. Next thing I know, the day's gone. I'm tired, but that's really important right now. Getting plenty of water, plenty of rest, big time right now. Because when you have all those planets in Pisces, it's kind of like floating in the ocean and just, you're tired, you don't have the energy for it. It can lead to escapism if you take it the wrong way. So yeah, it's really important for self-care right now, big time.
Angel saying smart food don't get chewed.
That's good.
Oh God, that's funny. All right. So let's see, you guys in the chat, if you guys, while Bev's on live, if you have any questions about the astrology or about the alignments or anything that she's bringing up tonight, please put your questions in the comments. I promise, if I don't see it right away, I will get to it. I promise. So, Bev.
And one other thing I missed there, talking about the eclipse, I know I said it. Well, we've got Uranus in with the sun and moon too. So Uranus is the jolter, the awakener. That's where the surprises and things are going to come out. And it's in Taurus. That's where you're looking at our values, our financial system, what we use to sustain ourselves with food. So there is everything else coming together.
There's that food again. When is Uranus involved? Do you know when you said that, the lights behind you just kind of went like they flickered around your body?
Wild.
I know. And you said surprises. I'm gonna have to rewatch that section. You said something. What are we, about 45 minutes in now? Yeah, about 46 minutes in. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, because when you said Uranus and surprises, it kind of went blink, 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 blink.
Oh, that's funny. It's lightened up for you. Okay.
Angels saw them too.
Wow.
So when is Uranus getting involved with all of this? When is he joining the conversation?
Uranus is right there with the sun and moon during this eclipse. Okay, the sun and moon are together at the 10 degrees, and Uranus is within a 3-degree orb. So usually they go 3 degrees one way or the other. So Uranus is right in there with the sun and moon. And that's all about surprises, shakeups. It'll put you where you need to be.
Wow, Bev, you were just going all 6 and 8D on us, or maybe 10D. Your voice was going all like, did anybody else hear her voice go like that? It did it. Remember last time it did it and you went back and listened?
Yes.
Did you say, and you heard mine do it, but not yours?
Yes.
Your voice is doing it right now. It's awesome.
I just heard from the living room. Yes.
It sounds like you're talking like this almost. It's funny. It's like you're talking from the ship. Look, they heard it. They heard it too.
Well, that's funny. And talking about Uranus of all things, because Uranus is the cosmic mind, the cosmic awakener, the jolter. Yeah, things lighten up behind me or whatever. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So that's it with all this.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect timing for it to do. It's almost like if you get a balloon. Did you ever get a balloon and you inhale the helium and then you talk really funny?
Yes. But it is funny, Lynda, because I couldn't hear it do that with your voice when I listened to it back. And then I heard it coming out of me one time, and I had never heard it before. Since I don't know, it's some wild stuff. You go along with it. But yeah, Uranus is definitely shaking it up there for sure.
Uranus wants to be heard right now. Actually, Uranus probably has messages that can come through you. So let's focus on that a little bit, because you said Uranus is with the sun and the moon. Did I mention my moon is in Pisces? Anyway, besides that, Uranus, as he's shaking things up and coming in, and it has to do with financial and everything. Like, do you think, and I know I'm asking you to speculate here, this is all speculation, you guys, but do you think there's some kind of, quantum financial or quantitative system? Because I know there's people at Wells Fargo that have been training for like 6 months and they're signing NDAs and all that. So it is a very real thing. Do you think it could kick off with this, with Uranus being there?
I'm hoping that it does. There's going to be some kind of change in the systems, period. Because you have that Pluto back there in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about the systems. It's about how we do everything, institutions, all the ways, the steps in place for everything. So yeah, I think that's definitely going to be in there, because Taurus is about finances, and you have Uranus sitting there in Taurus. It's also about the food. I don't know, the food shortages that they're all talking about. It's all in the astrology, but what actually plays out, I think it's all up to what the collective puts out there, because we create our own realities and we manifest. I say be prepared, but nobody knows exactly when. Let's just say the energies are right for it. The energies are right for it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and with this once in a lifetime retrograde and the Pluto retrograde or the Venus joining Jupiter and Neptune, all those things that haven't happened since 1776, we know what happened then. Things can change in the blink of an eye. And, you know, I think it's almost like a race to disclose now. Do you hear how many people are coming out with things? Like, I can't even keep up. I don't have time in the day to watch, and I choose not to watch like celebrities and things like that. It's just not interesting to me, you know? But every once in a while, something will catch my eye where like Mike Tyson was coming out and he was on, I want to say the Joe Rogan Experience. Might not have been Joe Rogan. Could have been somebody else. Don't know. I didn't see the whole show, but I saw a little snippet, and he was basically saying that they take homeless people and then take them to the rich estates and everything and then set them loose and so, you know, time to hunt now, click, click, you know, run, you know, it's just like, this is what they would do for sports and for fun. Now we knew they do that. We knew like, what's his name? Dick Cheney, I think it was. Might have been involved in something like that. Wasn't he the one that shot somebody? Or no, Rumsfeld. He shot somebody by accident. You know, his gun accidentally went off when they were hunting. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, talk about getting away with murder, like, right? And they don't care. Like, it's what they do. It's
money
just,
buys justice, man. There ain't no justice. Follow the money, my mother's saying, and that's exactly what I found to be true. Follow the money.
But they're all narking on each other now. They're all coming out with whistleblower, and people are thinking like, this is just crazy. They're just lying, or they're just looking for clickbait, or they're coming out with the truth now because they don't want to be left holding the bag for anything, you know? And maybe some of them were caught in some things and they're trying to make their way into the next cycle on Earth. They don't want to be left behind. Yes, so we have to have compassion too and whatnot. Even some things I just can't even get into, but you know, accidentally on purpose.
But another interesting thing about the Taurus eclipse too is this is a new eclipse point. We've never had an eclipse at 10 degrees of Taurus, ever.
Really?
We've had ones at 9 degrees and close to it, but we've never had one. So this is total new territory too. So if that does not fit in with it also, I don't know what does. So this is total new territory. Okay. Now we're taking it forward. We're cleaning up the final things. We've got the rest of this coming out. It's going to be an interesting, I'd say at least year or two. It just depends on when it totally takes off or not, but all the energy's right for everything. All the changes, all the things coming up and coming out. Uranus will make sure that he sets it right. You may not think or like it at first, but you'll find out it was for your best good. Kind of like Pluto, if you don't learn the lessons, he'll be behind you with the 2x4, you know. But yeah, it's just, it's right. The time is right. I've never seen things more together than what I do right now.
You know, I know when spirit's hitting me with the 2x4 upside the head, usually if I feel like my top of my head is sore, it's like they've been working on my crown. It feels like you got walloped. It really does feel like you got hit by a 2x4. Every time you say that, I crack up because that's what it feels like, a 2x4.
Listen, I think it was yesterday morning. I got out of bed and I opened my door and I walked out. And as I walked out, the fire alarm fell off of the wall up above and beamed me in the head.
That's the second time. That's
the second time I got hit in the head this week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if y'all wonder what happened to me and I'm not a little right tonight, yeah, I've been hit in the head twice this week. So.
Well, you know, it's okay because it's just knocking loose your, you know, whatever mechanism is stuck in the crown, and sometimes it has to, you know, shake it up on the physical, shake up the density so that you can pay attention to that area. So if they did it twice, then just meditate on that.
Yes, definitely doing some chakra work later this evening because yeah, it's been a couple days, but it's all good.
Funny. That's really funny. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I don't see any questions. Let me go back and check the comments real quick here to see if there's any. Did anybody have any questions for Bev or anything about, gosh, you gave us a lot tonight too.
I know, and I didn't want to go into all of it, but every piece of it it's like taking a piece out of the puzzle. I can't take a piece out and I want to include them all, but it's so hard because it's so much at one time. It really is.
yeah, if you took something out, it wouldn't, you know what I mean? And when it all fits together like that, you said exactly what you were supposed to say. And if you guys don't have any questions, that's quite all right. It's totally fine. But I suggest too, if it's just a suggestion, if you're going to have a reading with Bev, or if you're getting, I know, what was it, Jeanette? You said you had one set up. Check out what the houses are and have it in front of you. So if she's doing the reading and she's saying like, this is this in this house or whatever, you'll know, oh, that's the house for personal finances, or that's the house for career. That's the house for love and family or relationships, or whatever it is. And then that way, if she's telling you what house it is, it'll help you formulate questions a little better. It'll help you make the best use of your time, in my opinion. So
I always print a chart out that day that I'm doing the reading and send too, so they can print it out and have it when I do the reading, so they can take a look and see where everything's at. Because what I do, I do the readings on the 4 points that I look at, and then I was going to do some transit readings. So yeah, I look at where things are transiting that day and what you're going through or what's coming up for you in your chart personally. So I try to have that for you so you can take a look, and I'll point things out when we're doing the reading.
See, that's great. That's absolutely great. Angel and Diane are going back and forth. Diane's talking about the farms. Angel's talking about chicken poop. And Stephanie had a farm. Did I say grandparents farmed in New York whole life? Okay. What did I want to do? I wanted to put something up here. Did I get rid of? Wait, where'd that go? Oh, you know what I did? I think I had combined our banners. All right, I'm going to create one as we're on here right now for Bev's website. Go ahead, Bev. You can go ahead and talk. I'm just going to make your banner now.
I was just going to mention the astrologer Molly McCord. She's got a book coming out May 26th, and she did a little workshop yesterday for people who pre-ordered the book. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about another rabbit hole I found to go down? I don't need any more. When she started looking at things, she looks at the personal planets and takes a little further dive. And I saw where I could just take that and run. That'll have to wait a little bit because I'd like to get my classes ready first. But yeah, I see all these. I get so excited because they're like all these little shiny objects, and here I go.
Well, I saw that. I heard her talking about doing that for her book, and I wanted to get her book too. I just haven't been able to, but I know you bring a lot to the table for people to learn. So did I get that right? My souls. Oh, no, I didn't get that right. Typo. Hold on, guys. Typo. See what happens when I do it on the fly? I forgot the L. There we go. All right,
I know I've linked some of the Molly McCord stuff too, but if you go to her channel on YouTube and you go to her playlist, she has some that breaks down like the basics in astrology. So if you ever are curious or want to look it up, go, because she's got all kinds of stuff there that'll give you little bits of information. That's how I started. And then I started taking the other classes and doing stuff like that, just to get a gist of some of the meaning of some of the stuff. And then if you want to take it further, believe me, there's all kinds of places and ways you can do that.
Yeah, it's because I like how it's like a never ending subject to learn. That's what's intriguing me, is not just how it ties in with helping you and guide you. It's a gift to be able to have that guidance. It's not like, oh, let me just read my horoscope today. Yawn. No. I mean, yeah, I know there's astrologers that write horoscopes and they're probably really good and dead on and all of that. But no, there's so much more. And it's just one of those subjects that really helps you to discern what you're feeling, and it validates some of the things that you're feeling or going through. Like, man, when you did my reading, I'm telling you, you guys have heard me say this, I'll say it again. It just helped validate so many things that my life has been about, or what I felt deep down inside. And it's like when you were telling me like it's all right here, and you were showing me in the chart these things, it blew my mind. It really blew my mind. I've never had anybody do a live reading. I've had astrology reading things before, but never had anything like this, never understood it, because it wasn't the right time for it to come together for me. So, yeah.
And I think those confirmations, though, Lynda, it's all about, okay, so I know that I'm not crazy. I know I didn't experience this for nothing. It's like, it's getting that validation of knowing that, okay, here's where I'm at. This is what I see. and you can take it forward and heal. That's what I think the healing piece of it is. So if you want to take that dive and look at your chart and stuff and do that, it's a great way to do it. I started out as a healing journey for myself after I lost my mom. So I didn't intend on being where I'm at today, but I just found the passion and the love for it. And I just took off from there. So yeah, it helped me do a lot of healing work.
It is healing work because it's understanding yourself better. I mean, every time you learn something, you're adding to, it's like your blueprints, the living blueprint of an energy map on your body. Literally, your blueprint is your body, but it's missing like 10 strands of DNA, but we won't get into that right now. But it's like every time you learn something, it's like, boom, a light show comes on, like, ding, soul section comes up, you know, violet color, ding, now it comes up blue, like, ding, emerald, you know, like golden, ding. You know, every time you learn something new, you're increasing that light quotient that's building your own Merkaba, your own light body, crystalline rainbow body. I'll keep saying that one too, because that's what you're doing. You're adding to your own frequency of knowledge. So
it's kind of like playing pinball, you know? Think about it. It's like hitting the ball around. You're hitting all these bumpers. It's zinging around, lighting this up, lighting that up. Guess I'm dating myself. I don't know. Do we still have pinball out there? I have no idea.
I like pinball. Yeah, no,
I love it.
You're fine. They're loving Molly in the chat. They're talking about Molly's great. I know Angel was saying that, and we got Steph saying Molly's got a lot of great information. I know you introduced me to Molly, Bev. That's where I first heard about her, was from you. Let's see. They're talking about blueberries and elderberries, and they're going back and forth, and it looks like Angel's loving elderberries. Yeah, actually, Angel, I'm going to be going out to see Diane and Bev, or blueberry. I didn't even know there was blueberries on the farm. And when I heard that, my heart just leapt in joy. I was like, blueberry bush was one of those things I always wanted to get a long time ago. And then I found out it took like 4 or 5 years before it would fruit. And I never ordered the bush. I always wanted to. And it's funny, I've moved enough times that I probably would have been like a loss, that like losing like your own child or a kitty or something like that. It would have been a loss if I lost a blueberry bush, that, you know what I mean?
I can't wait till you can see everything. Yeah, you see the blueberry. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, it's.
You know what? We should stream live when I come out there, so we can show everybody. We can take them on a tour of the blueberry bushes or something like that, or just a nice little area that, you know, you have out there. You got a lot of acres out there. So
you got to see the birds. We'll have to film the birds. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
At night and go into the bamboo.
You have bamboo down there too?
Yeah, it's an actual like swamps down here. Not like Louisiana swamps, a little bit different, but yeah, you have the bamboo and the stuff, and you got the egrets out there, just all kinds of wildlife. It's just beautiful. And the birds do a little dance and come in different ways and fly in patterns every same time at night, and then they start dropping down into the bamboo.
Oh my
for the
God.
evening, down. It's so beautiful, and the sound is just amazing.
Wow. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So, okay. She said the blueberries are ready to pick in July, huh? Okay. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I was hoping to come out a little sooner.
We'll make it happen, Lynda. We'll make it happen.
We will. All right. Well, again, if anybody joined us before or after we made the announcements too, Sherry will not be doing the astrology updates with the Soul Sister Special anymore. Like we said goodbye on Soul Sister Special last Monday. She's got other projects, really exciting things that she's being called to do right now. And we want to send her our very best, our love, our wishes. As a matter of fact, go on over to her YouTube channel, and whatever her last video is, do it. What's that called when you have like a spontaneous dance crew pop up out of nowhere? What's that called? A flash mob. Yeah. So go flash mob comment her or something like that, and just send her your best. Just give her hugs and love. And I know you guys probably already leave comments anyway over there, but I just thought that'd be cool. I was watching a video one time. It was a live thing, and somebody had commented in there like, "Oh, somebody else is starting their live." And when they ended the one live, everybody from this live came flooding into the next live. And they're like, "Oh, we're coming from here." And like all of a sudden, I think it was the Peace Dealer even. He was like, "Oh my God, like all these people coming in from here." And he was blown away because it like doubled his audience, and it was like a flash mob. It was so
Wow.
much fun. Yeah, I always
Yeah,
thought that would be cool to do.
definitely check Sherry's stuff out. She does some beautiful work.
Wait, you're so annoying. You bug Sherry off, and I didn't mean to put that one up. I was trying to put the flash mob up, Angel. Sorry. There we go. All right. I'm sorry. What was that you said, Bev? I was stuck on the comment. What was that last comment?
That's okay because I already forgot.
Good. You're right where I am, sister.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been a day. I definitely will sleep well tonight, but I'm glad I was at least able to share this all.
Me too. Thank you for doing all this. Like, we really, truly appreciate you and your work, Bev. Even Stephanie saying thank you so much for all these astrology updates. It really helps, especially if we know, like, okay, we're dealing with this, but we got this coming on its heels. Like, so is your best advice, like, or information or knowledge telling you that this isn't going to end anytime soon? Like, we better buckle up, like you were saying? Is this
Yeah,
not going to?
but we're at the end of it, so we're going to see some of the worst things come out and things be straightened out. But it's going to be a good year or so until we get some of these aspects moving that'll take us further into things. So it's going to be rough, but we're on the upside of it. Don't forget, the light is already won. That's what we need to remember.
I guess what I'm thinking too is once we have some kind of compression breakthrough is the term that I think everybody's using now. Excuse me. Once we have some kind of compression breakthrough, we're still going to have astrological alignments. We're still going to have the planets are still going to be moving. We're just going to have more information, more truth, more honesty. We're still going to be in the cycles, but it's like we'll be on the other side of it. So yes,
Right.
there is. I believe it too. There's a lot of good coming, and tick tock, time for the archons to leave. I'm gonna kick them
That's what
off.
Saturn's saying.
Bye.
Saturn's saying, let's go.
Oh, good. If Saturn's
Yes.
saying it, then we've got the Father on our side, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. All by design, I guess. Well, it's about time. Let's go. Let's go. TikTok. Right?
Yes. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. All right.
This
Well, I
energy's
guess.
been crazy for a while.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys too, if you have any extra questions before Bev and I come on again for the next astrological update, do you want to keep this for now, like every other Wednesday, like we're doing now? Or do you want to wait and
Sure.
see if there's an event, or I don't know, like, I think it would be helpful if the community knew when we were doing it. If we change anything, we'll post about it so you guys will know.
That's what
But
I was gonna say, Lynda. Talk to you about it and see. I mean,
yeah,
I can see it being needed twice a month, but let's look at your schedule. I mean, it's your channel, and I know you've got your own stuff going on. Let's talk about that and then see what works for you. Because yeah, I think we're gonna be looking at things for a while yet.
all right, perfect. Well, I like the every other week thing going on right now. It feels like a good, comfortable place to be, and it's not too much. It's not like every week or every couple. I mean, hey, I could probably do this every week, but it's again, it's the commitment thing too. So let's keep it what we have right now. So we'll say like in 2 weeks we'll come back again with what's the next. Wait, so in 2 weeks we'll see what astrological thing lines up. 2 weeks from now is May 11th, so it'll be right
So
after.
that'll be right after Mercury goes into retrograde, and it will also be right before the Scorpio eclipse the following week. So that's perfect timing, actually. Perfect
Good.
timing
And
to give me a chance to do a little deep dive. And
yeah, and you know what? It'll give us a chance to calm down anybody who's having Mercury retrograde symptoms going on. And if we have anything major that happens with the eclipse, we can talk about what we've processed, and you guys can bring it to the tables and put it in the comments. And Mother's Day is usually on a Sunday. My birthday falls on it sometimes, but let's see. Mother's Day is probably on the 8th.
I think it is the 8th.
Okay. All right. Let's say the 11th right now, then we'll be back again. And if 7:30, yeah. Oh yeah. If 7:30 works for you too, that extra half an hour works for me. So that would be perfect. So 7:30 in 2 weeks on May 11th.
Awesome.
Anything you want to sign off, and I'll.
I just want to say, if you guys got any questions or anything, send me an email or go to my website. I'm going to start doing some blogs too. I'm thinking this just got me thinking with this tonight. If I could do some writing on my blog with some of this stuff. So send me some emails if you'd like with questions or whatever. And I'm going to try to get a blog going. I got some ideas here tonight. So
Yay.
I'm going to leave it at that and surprise you all.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Bev. And thank you guys for joining us tonight. Sherry, we love you so much. Thank you for being, an anchor and helping us get this project going for the astrological updates. We love you so much. And
Yes,
everybody watching, again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to email Bev or leave them in the comments, whatever you want to do. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Just be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. And don't be food.
there'll be food.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Bye.